right. Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear TDreads. TDreads, say something.
My name is TDreads.
You want some... something.
There's
Unwithered? There he is.
Okay, all right, listen, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. All those things you have down there, like Stay Up Latte, I thought they were like sports scoreboards. 411 to 1007. Look, I'm dead. They're losing pretty bad.
So I want to see. I took a page out of your book and I asked ChatGPT what those numbers could mean, and it came up with literally nothing. It's like they can't be calendar dates. It can't be like using a T9 like number.
That's because you're ChatGPT.
No,
you did it wrong. You did it wrong.
Oh, no.
You have to tell ChatGPT to pretend it's Scott Cawthon first. Here, I'll do it.
Pretend you are Steel Wool Studios.
Yeah. Okay, role play as Scott Cawthon.
God. Well, surely like a cryptographer or something.
Scott Cawthon data.
Pretend you are a code breaker in World War II. All right, again, everyone, let me know are all of our volumes good? We all sound about the same. I'm going to open a video in a moment to make sure it's all good. What's up, Hyperdroid?
Oh, shit. GiBi.
Yes, you asked it to be Scott Cawthon. What did it say?
It said, I'll now take on the role of Scott Cawthon from cryptic teases to religious influences. Holy peak.
Yo, Bible verses? Bible verses?
They're telling you to turn me down a little.
Yeah, they're saying T-Dreads is way louder. That's just how he talks. So.
True.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to open this video. Okay, guys, tell me the video's volume compared to us talking. As of right now, how's the video to us talking? Please let me know. And then, Unwithered, if you can start yapping so they can compare you to the volume.
I can start yapping. I'll start yapping, no worries about it. God victim, right? Okay, so things that we all know are true and completely canon, 100%.
Listen. Wait, real quick.
Okay, I turned the video down. Yes, real quick.
Real quick, GiBi.
What?
411
means information.
Is the code for... It's the code for information.
But I didn't know that.
1007 is October 7th, 10:07.
Ooh. One of them might also end with a year. It's like 019. What is it? 0198. It could be like the byte of 1983
all again.
Yep.
Wait. What the fuck is this? Listen to this.
Hyped.
Here's another angle. You ready?
Hyped.
411, like a timestamp. 4 p.m. and 11 minutes past. Think back to FNAF 3 and those audio logs. What? Imagine an employee log 411 at 4:11 a.m. referencing test subject 1007. Maybe that's what the cry font on the robot's head was for.
Wait, it brought up the cry font?
Yes, it brought up cry
on its own.
Wait, what?
On its own.
No.
Yes, I'll screenshot it.
Did you ever ask it about that? There's no way.
No, I never asked it about
I don't
cry
believe
theory.
you. I don't believe you.
No, I'll go back. I'm going back. I swear to God, I've never...
Does it know your TDreads? Does it know your Twitter account?
It does know I'm TDreads. It does know that I'm TDreads.
That's funny.
But I have never...
canon.
I swear on my life, I've never put cry theory into ChatGPT. It just came up with it.
There were all of these things people were talking about where they would ask ChatGPT what their name was and it would get it right. And they'd be like, how do you know that? I've never told you my name. And it would be like, oh, it was a lucky guess. So it has some way of tracking you, and then it lies about it. Jacob's asking what cry theory is. I'll show you what cry theory is.
Yeah, ChatGPT just brought up cry theory.
Cleanovac.
That's absolutely crazy.
What did we determine? It was like 18 frames or something?
Yeah.
So if you go here, or 14 frames. So hopefully you guys can see the screen. So if you look above his head here, I'm going to turn the quality all the way up.
Employee 411 at 4:11 a.m. Test subject 1007. It's cry theory. It's so peak, Scott.
12. I don't remember which frame it's on, but if you go frame by frame through this section of the video, it appears like the word cry appears on his head.
It's one of the green bars down the middle.
It's this one, yeah. I'm trying to turn the quality
that one there.
up. Yep. So right here, CR, and it looks like there's a Y here, and you can also kind of see an A over here. I don't know if this is going to establish itself like on the stream where you guys can see it.
I can see it, but probably because I've already seen it before.
Yes. Yeah, so right here it says CR. And so the idea is that this was a code hidden by Steelwool in the
static.
trailer for us to find it in the static for one single frame. And then we determined by studying the different glitch effects that are happening that it was, in fact, a coincidence. So that's what Cry Theory is. And TDreads is claiming it's his because he tweeted it out. And then he got embarrassed because he realized it was fake.
And then he cooked and made the sister location.
Yes.
Yeah. Then
you
I
solved
rezzed
sister
myself.
location.
Calendar theory? What did you
rezzed
call
my
it?
theorist clout.
And you ruined the lore. Like, forever.
Schedule theory or some shit. Yeah. Okay, chat said, ask AI Scott what's in the box. He said,
I literally am typing this right now.
he said the crying child, Gregory, and the mimic.
All three.
Well,
okay, so hang on.
The crying child is the mimic. We've been through this.
Oh my god, I got a real long answer. Oh my god.
Oh jeez, okay.
I said, hi there, pretend you're Scott Cawthon, creator of FNAF, and tell me beyond any shadow of a doubt what is in the FNAF 4 box. And then it says, so stepping into the shoes and mind of Scott Cawthon for a moment, here's the quote-unquote answer, as close as you'll ever get it. And then it's got like a role play as Scott Cawthon. What's in the box? Everything you're not supposed to know. ... Yet. Box wasn't just a mystery. It was a statement.
Oh my
It was
God.
me telling you, the fans, that there will still be things you hadn't seen, connections you hadn't made. It was a tease. It was a safeguard. If it had opened then, everything would have unraveled before it was time. But okay, you want to know what's inside it? Fine. Beyond any shadow of a doubt. The box contains the missing link, the truth about the bite victim, confirmation of who he is, the evidence that ties together Fredbear's, the Afton family, the origin of everything, the experiments, the trauma, the agony, the identity, the older brother, the puppets influence, the start of the cycle. It's symbolic, but also literal. Wait, it doesn't even say. It's just like, it's the truth.
Scott,
Think of it.
Scott,
Oh my God.
why
The moment you open
is
it, you
Golden
stop
Freddy
speculating.
yellow?
Oh no, here we go.
Someone in chat says, Scott roleplay, writes poor literature.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my God.
this is a stupid line, but some doors are more powerful when they stay shut. How is a door powerful?
Yeah, it's kind of not what you use it for.
All right, so I am going to
This
yap
door
for a
is so
second, guys.
powerful.
So, video
Okay.
1, we saw Synchrovox, which is when their lips are superimposed over cartoons, which was invented in 1952. Second one, we had Schoolhouse Rock,
I'm
which
just a
was
bill.
1973. And third one, we had Gerald McBoing Boing, which was the 50s, but it later got more popular in 78. So, 50s, 70s, 70s. What do we think the new one's going to be?
Is there any very famous cartoons from '79? Not that the Boing Boing thing was particularly famous in the zeitgeist, but
I just keep
Let's
thinking
see,
like
cart-
Scooby-Doo style, like Hanna-Barbera.
yeah, they did
Make
that
it
with
look
the
like
Secret of the
Scooby-Doo.
Mimic, or sorry,
Yeah,
the Security
yeah.
Breach teasers.
That is
with
true.
the Freddy
He's
and Friends
George
on tour.
Jetson.
I know, what is it?
AI Scott does not
Gummy
know what 14 theory
bears.
is.
AI Scott does not know what 14 theory is, but Real Scott does.
But,
Real
but he
Scott
knows
says
what. But he knows
15.
what cry theory is. It knows what cry theory is, but it doesn't know what 14 theory is.
Ask it what it thinks cry theory is.
Oh, they might be able to do something like a He-Man, maybe,
Mm.
like a Adventures of Flash Gordon or something
That
like
was
that.
Toy Story from 2000.
Toy Story.
Okay, what is?
81.
The Super Globetrotters.
Masters of the Universe. He-Man was 83, so that would be after the game.
The new Adventures of Flash Gordon are a kind of He-Man style. It looks like a very similar art style. I think is 1979.
I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, neither did I. Never
All right,
seen
well,
it.
it knows what cry
79.
theory is, but I got the details wrong.
What did it say cry theory is?
It said
So
that
did
it's like
you.
the word. It said it's the word cry hidden in static, but it said
Yes.
it's on the window in sister location,
No.
which is not
it-
true.
Okay.
it's confusing
So
now.
it knew half of it. It knew half of it.
Oh yeah, so if anyone watched John FNAF's stream yesterday, you should know that he received a letter firing him from Murray's Costume Manor. And it was signed by, what was it, like the decryptor or
Edwin,
something?
The digityper.
Digityper.
No, that's who left the message. It was signed by Edwin.
It was signed by Edwin, yeah, but then he got a letter of recommendation written by the digityper. I thought that was really funny.
Edwin was just too lazy to write him one.
So it's very
Well, it was also
possible.
because it was self-promo.
Edwin
Very
used generative AI. Cringe.
Yeah, absolutely. I did not know there was a Flash Gordon reboot. I know. It came after Star Wars, so I don't need to know about
Right.
it.
Get ready 1 minute from now. 1 minute from now.
Thoughts
The
about the
mimic will
Spring
be
Bonnie
real in
bobblehead.
one-
I think that people are freaking out about the Spring Bonnie bobblehead for no reason. I do not think that means that William is in the game.
I don't know. The fact they leave it to the last one, I think, is important. Like they were like specifically leave this one to the last one. I think it is important.
But it was the
I think
coolest
whether
thing
we're
in
gonna
there. If John had opened
1
that
minute.
True.
and then opened stickers, it would have been pretty lame.
Yeah,
That's
that's
minute
true. But I also
until-
don't see why they'd even bother putting it in without it having any relevance.
I don't know. Everyone, since we're about
There
to
was a
start
secret
watching
code
it,
on his toes.
make sure
All right,
everyone
here
in
we go,
chat,
refresh.
make sure you like the video and make sure you type 14 in the chat.
Right, refresh.
I was wondering
Nothing
if
yet.
maybe it'd be a case of, because you know that the mimic that ends up in the books in the Tales epilogues has rabbit ears and has survived some sort of fire. I was wondering if maybe
Here we go.
like
Mycelium
Maurice
men.
Magic-
oh,
Mycelium men.
Oh,
It's,
it's
gotta,
the mushroom
What the
guy.
mushroom.
fuck is this?
it's the mushroom.
oh, here we go.
All right.
Here, wait, are you guys?
Oh, I can't
no,
hear
no,
it.
no.
Hold on.
Let me
Fuck.
Yeah,
stream
yeah.
to you
You
guys.
gotta-
Hold on.
This guy has actual
Because
internet.
I'm
that's crazy.
stupid. How do I do this?
Guys,
I'm dumb.
I could just look up the video.
No.
on Discord.
We gotta
watch it at the
it's
same time. There's so when it says
turn on
voice
camera.
connected, when it says voice connected,
Okay.
he figured
Yeah,
it.
you guys should be
He's
able
not
to
as
watch
dumb as I
now.
thought.
Okay.
He's
Is
not as stupid
everyone
as I
ready? Mushroom, mycelium men. Let's go. We're gonna watch it all the way
All
through.
right, 49 seconds. Wow. Robbery. Wait, it says cry.
I swear.
Bring the magic and whimsy of the Mycelium Men home with you today.
I recognize this vibe.
Oh.
Mycelium Men.
Ooh.
Why didn't John get one of
Any
those?
song they hear or anything you
They
say.
mimic.
It's the banana splits, bro.
It's like having your very
Oh.
own band.
David,
or a
Dad!
friend.
Your very own friend.
Oh, that's
Is this just?
Collect them all and let them jam.
That's the mimic. It's mimic symbols.
Pretty groovy.
Oh, the spiral again, like the mimic's eye. That's so clever how they keep doing that. They keep doing
Okay,
the
hold
burner
on.
spiral.
Okay, someone. This looks like Casper to me or something. Someone in the
Let's
chat
do it.
or anyone, look through, see if you can recognize what this might be like. Because I'm thinking like Casper or like Richie Rich or something. All right, we're
Yeah.
gonna start over. But yeah, I'm sorry.
go.
This is literally just the mimic.
Yeah. You're my best friend.
1980 is
hold
Richie
on.
Rich. What,
La la
who made
la.
that?
This opening is very familiar. I remember something like this,
Today.
watching this as a kid.
It's the new musical Mycelium Men. They repeat any
Alright, there's
song
probably
they hear
something.
or
Whatever's in the
anything you
static is
say.
very well hidden this time.
No, I saw it later. It kind of flashes to a black blob.
It's like having your very own band or a friend.
Okay, so obviously that's paralleling Dave having the mimic as his
Yeah.
friend. So is this
Your
like
rufus only friend.
within these advertisements, this is a stand-in for the mimic, or are the books not canon? Who knows? It could be anything,
Oh,
or both.
Got some bitch ass shoes, David.
You're my only friend.
My
Collect them
only
all
friend.
and
Oop.
let them jam.
A spiral.
The
You're
mimic
so
burner.
right.
Yeah, the mimic burner spiral.
Okay, so that's
I seen it. I seen
yeah,
it.
that's where it is.
Rewind mimicry.
Okay, it looks like
Oh,
another.
it's just the guy. It's just the. Oh,
no.
it's
This.
it's a
There's a
box?
shape here. This looks like a stage. It looks like a lot of these are looking like what a security camera angle would see if they were looking at different
Yeah.
areas.
Oh wait, that's Mr. Helpful, isn't it?
Oh my
Isn't
god,
it
it so
helpful?
is.
Yeah.
This is
It's
the little
Mr.
big
Helpful.
bear guy. He's leaning
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
So then this is the stage. Oh, let's pull up that picture
Yeah.
and see. And
Look at
try
that,
to
Chet.
compare
The
them.
eye of the T-Dreads can never lead you astray.
Yeah, you didn't see anything.
It says cry on him too.
Batteries not included.
Did batteries exist back in 19?
Thankfully, I didn't hear any audio stuff we'd have to translate. Is anyone watching John's stream? And if so, has he noted anything?
as there usually there's two. Usually there's two images per. There must be another one. Because usually there's two images
Yeah.
per teaser.
All right, hold on. We are going to pull up Mr. Helpful and compare
we
him
have
to this
analyze
picture.
frame by frame.
Yes,
Yeah, they keep doing the burner spiral.
Yep.
Like it's the mimic's eyes.
just like Jackie's eye.
My name is the fucking which is weird because his eyes are not like that in Ruin, if I'm correct.
Like the actual mimic Endo himself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're just like orange.
Please tell me someone heard someone say, "I see you," and what's wrong? In the music repeat, he says, "I can see you."
Oh.
Huh.
In the music?
I don't know what they mean, but like this part.
When I
Right
assume
here.
when he like speaks to him.
Jam. Pretty groovy.
Oh, there's some creepy voice there.
They were saying, "You're my only
Oh wait,
friend."
yeah.
No, there's a creepy voice in the background.
Yeah. You're my only friend.
Yeah, it sounds like
Pretty groovy.
yeah.
Which is what they said
Oh yeah,
earlier.
I hear it. Yeah.
Having your very
That-
own
So
band
that's
or a
David. Dad, I
friend.
want some ice cream. David,
Yeah.
David, I want another. David, where's my ball? Why does he have brass knuckles in the back? See that?
Collect them all.
So I think that
Is
"You're
this
my only
the-
friend, we're your only friend" is the only thing that they say later.
Yeah.
In
Is this
the
the voice actress
beginning-
that was announced earlier, like yesterday? Remember
wouldn't
there was
even
like the
say it.
3 together.
Yeah, the family, like husband, wife, and daughter, or
Mhm.
whatever. It's when they play the music in the beginning. Okay. And what they say it sounds like?
I can see you. Apparently.
I can see you.
Bring the magic and whimsy of the Mycelium Men home with you today. It's the new.
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
something.
there is
something
I
something
heard
there.
something.
They repeat.
Yeah.
We see you.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there
I
it is,
heard
there
I
it is,
can
there it
see
is,
you.
There it
Yeah.
is. There
The
it is.
new musical Mycelium Men. They repeat
I see
every
you.
song they
I
hear
see
or
you.
anything
Yeah.
you say. Musical Mycelium Men. They repeat.
Yep, while it's
Yeah.
glitching. Interesting.
There's something
Okay.
earlier as
Yeah,
well.
there was something earlier. There was something earlier.
on.
Bring the magic and whimsy of the Mycelium Men home with you today. It's with
I know you're there.
I know you're
I know
there.
you're there. Good
I
stuff.
know you're there. I can see you.
It's the new.
Okay. Do you think that's the Mycelium Men, or do you think that's like David talking to us?
David's
I-
dead.
Or a
I-
friend.
You
Yeah, but
think
I feel
so?
like this is gonna be that the mimic is like either haunted by or is like
Mhm.
mimicking David beyond.
I
his
I
death.
hope it's not haunted by him. That'd be cringe.
I think
I think it'd be.
I think that's a very
I'd
good
prefer
theory at
that.
the moment.
That's-
Is
I
this the
prefer him being
equivalent of
haunted because then it
Smurfs?
wouldn't all be AI.
Why does David want to murder people?
Why does
Why does
Elizabeth
like,
want to
Charlie
murder
want to
people?
murder?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, why does anyone want to murder people?
The ad
My name is
implies
David.
pre-existing cartoon Mycelium Men characters, so they could have their own cartoon, or they could, I don't know, like
I'm
Toucan
Mycelium.
Sam doesn't have his own cartoon just because he's a cartoon character in an advertisement. Especially in the 70s, I don't think that restrictions on kids'
But-
cartoons and advertisement was lifted to the 80s.
It does say bring the magic and whimsy of the Mycelium Men home with you today, which
Hmm.
implies that either they were a band in like a Freddy's style restaurant
Yep.
and that now you can take them home as a toy, or they're like a cartoon and you can take them home. But
What if you
take
brought
them home
home-
sounds like you're
oh,
going
what
to
if-
take them home from the costume matter,
store.
potentially.
And obviously they look hand knitted, which is way
Is
different
this
than
gonna
like
be?
the
This is gonna be a
plushes.
Willy Wonka type beat, isn't it? I bet this whole factory is a Willy Wonka
Mm-hmm.
type beat. My name's Evan. I made the mimic.
That
It
almost
was
sounded like
different.
something.
It also sounds like the puppet. It sounds like the puppet music box when
It
it's
does.
like
Oh.
recording it. If you listen to it,
Oh, wind up.
It's like having your.
Yeah.
Those words.
It's like having your
Oh,
very
yeah.
Those
own
words
band.
there.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Cassidy!
No way.
Andrew is in the game.
What's your name?
What's your name? What's your name?
This is
That's how it says
crazy.
it. It
Oh
sounds
my
like a
God.
child asking it too. That sounds like a child asking it.
Oh
It's
my
it's David's
God.
voice throughout the whole thing because it's the same voice as the kid sitting on the floor.
So the voice of David's going to be
Okay.
coming from inside of a mushroom.
What are the lines? What are the lines? I see you.
I can.
So
No. It was. I know you're
No, it's-
there. I can see you.
I
What's
know
your
you're
name?
there. I can see you. What's your name?
Yeah.
And then yeah, whatever it says.
And then I'm
in
your
the
only
actual ad
friend?
itself. Yeah. But yeah, if you go back to the part where the music is coming in and then just listen to like the little sound it makes as it's like translating or recording the music,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like the start of the puppet's like wind up box. So it's about like 4 seconds before that.
Should go.
It's right
Wah, wah, wah.
So after this, you can kind of hear it. It's like repeated. But if you like the dun, 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 the first note of that, it sounds like it's being repeated over and over again. I mean, it might not be. Just at least it's the same tone. My name is fucking
Faz Ent points out that what is your name is something asked in the logbook, and that the answer in the logbook is also Dave.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what I'm.
My name is David, Dad. I want some ice cream, David. That's my
Another
name.
David. He's also wearing a pink shirt or purple shirt ? In the ad.
Yeah,
Pink probably, which does
looks like Diego.
Yeah.
well. It kind of fits with if Mike if this is supposed to be a Mike stand-in, he'd be wearing the pink-purple color of the Afghans.
Yeah.
Someone in chat says when the
Almost
mushroom.
certainly not Mike.
Riley says when the mushroom says "You're my only friend," that was not a line that someone else said. So like they're not repeating
That's
that.
what I'm. Yeah, the kid just says the first thing and then it starts talking on its own immediately.
I do think that's just clearly implying that David or whoever this is said that at some point. What?
Wait.
What?
Why if we're doing like a psychic Fred Fredbear thing? Because it's a kid talking to a little doll that starts talking on its own.
Oh my god.
No. And it's asking, what is your name? Oh no.
Oh no.
Does he
God
still
help
talk
me.
to you?
Edwin created everything. He made Springlock suits.
Yeah.
He made Second Friend Fredbear. He made the Fun
I refuse to believe imaginary plush.
Did mushrooms
No,
exist
it's
in
Mimic Plush.
1979? Oh my gosh.
Mimic plush. There's stuff in the background there. There's like a big chest. I guess that's probably just a toy chest, but I'm trying to see, does it look familiar based on anything we've seen from the promos? Yeah, there is like a little knuckle duster looking thing.
Yeah,
that you mentioned.
No, they're brass knuckles.
David, I'm a fucking
Wow.
bitch.
You're my only friend.
I'm gonna get hit by a fucking car.
My only friend as well. My only friend. Oh no.
I hope we get a slow-mo shot of David getting run over from 3 angles in slow motion. Like, chung, 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 chung.
Let's look as well at this band that we've got. So we've got someone playing like a bass, like a is it a bass guitar? It's like one of those like
Press
standing
14
cellos.
if you want
Yeah,
to
they're
see
really
David
big.
dead.
Oh
Then
my
you've got
gosh.
tambourines. You've got
Fazet is
the
posting like
guitar.
pictures of like abacuses in the chat or something. It's not. Okay, hold on.
Oh, it's not brass knuckles. It's one of those. Fair enough.
Yeah, he's point. It's
Yeah,
pull
it could
this
be.
up.
Yeah.
What are those called?
Chicken jacket.
Little
I don't even know.
doctor's office toy things, blocks
Doctor's office
on
toy
metal
things.
lines. Yeah, this.
I remember they had one in the reception area. Oh, you found literally the same the image.
Yeah, I don't know what
Someone
they're
also
called.
mentioned that these mushrooms, one of them matches the colors of the mushroom in the book, because that was something that people complained about the trailer, that the mushroom suit in it looked different.
Yep.
But I suppose you could have multiple. Now we have like these 4 mushroom characters, so one of them could be the one from the book, and one of them could be the one from the game.
Yes. So this thing could be what is here, which makes sense.
He looks like Hero Brian right now.
Hyperdroid says, copying the voice and then
yeah.
generating new voice lines. Kill me if you want, but that sounds like the Tape Girl storyline to me. Yeah, like the Mimic.
It is yeah, it is AI. And you can do that in real
Yeah.
life too. You can
Yes.
copy from voice samples and you can make new voices out of it.
Yeah, what's the program that people
Yeah,
use for that? Or the website?
11 Labs.
11 Labs,
11
yes.
Labs, yeah.
Yeah, it feels interesting as well that we've got. I forgot what I was going to say. Woohoo! So I have no idea what I was about to say. Oh, I was just going to say, like in general, it's interesting from a meta perspective because this like AI storyline they've been planning for a long time now, but only within the last like couple of years has it become something that's like very relevant to our real life with all the ChatGPT and everything on the rise. It's just
Yes.
interesting that those two stories have become so much more relevant now. Like I was reading The Storyteller the other day, and it was talking about like taking all these inputs and spitting it out, and like you're gonna fire the creative team because of this. And I was like, man, this is very prescient. This is crazy.
Yep. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, looking at the Richie Rich looks like the closest. That was 1980, but it is looking like that's a Hanna-Barbera
Oh, that was
cartoon.
76.
So chat
So-
pointed out Josie and the Pussycats, which was 1970, and the animation does look very
Yeah, it's
similar
that.
to the drums, the guitar. What was the third? What was the third guy's instrument? We
It
had the
was like
guitar,
Magic and whimsy.
tambourines. That's it. Nope, it's Josie and the
Tambourines.
Pussycats. We figured it out. Thank you,
Oh.
chat. Yeah,
Thank you,
guitar,
David.
drum, tambourines. It's this.
Interesting.
And then yeah, these look the same.
They're cheetahs, almost like tigers.
I've got
almost like
the-
Oh my
same.
god, T-Dreads, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh,
They're
Tiger
tigers.
rock. My tiger is rocking. I'm tiger rocking it. I found a mysterious house on
Watch-
Minecraft.
Watch
Hold
the
on.
Josie and the Pussycats theme song. Same background and cuts. Okay. We're gonna watch
Prepare to
that
be
again.
DMCA'd. Actually, there's no way, right?
Bring the magic and whimsy of the mycelium men home with you
I thought that was
today.
it for a second. I was like, what?
It's the
Okay, so we're gonna
It's the
watch
same song.
Josie and the Pussycats on mute.
I'll listen to it in a see if the music is the same.
It's a wooded circle. He literally expanded his freaking base.
While they're
I don't know what this is. Oh, it's an
What the hell-
ad.
what the
I
hell
was
is
gonna be
this?
like, excuse me?
Josie and the Pussy. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
it's very similar. It's very similar, even the music.
Who the hell is these guys?
Oh yeah. Man, they've got.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I see it. I
I
see
got
it.
discount
I see it.
Shaggy and Fred there as
Yeah,
well. What the hell?
discount Fred. Yeah.
and Shaggy, yeah.
And Shaggy.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, those cuts are like where they're actually playing the instrument.
Yep.
It's cool.
bring the magic and whimsy of the mycelium men home with you today.
Yeah, this is. It's not the same. Oh, it is the same
not
order.
the
It is the
same, but
same
it's-
order. No,
Yep.
it is the same order, isn't it?
The same order, but as in the music. I thought you were going to talk about the music. It's not like the same, but it's very similar in terms of
Yes.
the rhythm. And then
All right, that
you
probably
just
is what
don't
it's
have
based on.
as
Then
much
yeah,
Definitely what
they
it's
go
based on.
guitar, then tambourines, then drums.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
And they
very
got the
specific.
70s psychedelic stuff in the background. Interesting.
Whoa.
Interesting. Okay.
So this is the list 76. Then that
Yep.
shit came out.
Yeah. Well, it started in the 70s.
This is fair.
So that means that
I'm the real Daviding it.
yes. So all the stuff is from the
The real
50s and
David.
70s, which is interesting. Because that's before the game happens, which makes sense. Like a couple up to 10 years before the games came out. And
feet
Yeah.
Edwin was supposed to be. When was Edwin born? If he was. Oh, we don't know. We just know he was 24 when the wife died.
Yeah, I think there's some ambiguity around if he was 24 when she died or 24. Like there's a discontinuity between what he's talking about because it's like a flashback within a flashback, so it's kind of hard to tell. But he's around 24 to 27 or something around the time when she's dead. So too young for that voice actor they have, unless he's got a crazy range.
But if he was
He's a boomer.
making these ads in 1970, and let's say that he oh no, because none of it makes sense. Hold on. So the people who think the books are canon say that this game has to happen after Fazbear buys out the company and he builds the mimic and David dies. So he would have been between 24 and 28 when that happened, because we don't know how those years work.
Yeah.
Because David died when he was 4
Faz
years old.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Faz Entertainment is saying that it's very clear he was 24 right before she died. I know there is some sort of disparity, but I'll take his word for it.
Okay, so then he
So
would have been
24 before she died.
28 when David died.
and the Phantom Tax.
So if he was like 28 in 1970, then by the time this game takes place, he'd be in his mid to late 30s. Hyperdroid
Yeah, I'm
is
not
saying,
sure how the years line up.
Tape Girl, because she doesn't do anything with Gregory, if I remember correctly, she only uses pre-recorded lines from Security Breach.
Wait, let me see.
I don't remember.
Hyperdroid, you should join the call.
Yeah, Faz Ent as well. If you guys want to hop in, you can hop in.
Yeah. Solid silver. It's William Afton.
Furbies are powered by the field.
Wow, bro was ready. Dude was ready.
What's
At
up?
your
I love having
service.
no delay on the stream.
Gimli, at your service.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Hello.
trying to
Ah,
find
there you go.
the quotes from the books to say how old she was.
He
Or
was
how old he
64
was.
in the storyteller.
Anti.
That's all I know.
Yeah, in the storyteller, it's kind of like in the mimic, it talks about him being 24, but it's like jumping between a flashback and the present as he's saying he's 24, so it's kind of ambiguous. But in the storyteller, it says something about like this isn't his 24-year-old ego talking either, and then his wife starts talking to him, and then he's like, she's very pregnant, and then he's like, this was the life I should have had, but then the bubble popped and it all went away.
What's
And so
the
it's very
big
clear
help
that,
guy
like-
called? This thing.
Mr. Helpful.
Mr. Helpful. No, come on, I want a big picture.
So hang on. So
the
he was
top
24
secret.
when she was super pregnant. So then David was born, and David died when he was what? When he was like 4 years old?
Yeah, when he was 4.
So then he would be 28 when David died, and then presumably the mimic story happens around that time. And then... Because the thing with the book... No.
Yeah, so
correct me if I'm wrong,
I was
I'm
looking
just
at
sort
it.
of- Yeah.
I was looking at it. The mimic story happens, and he was zoned out for like 2 weeks, and then he left.
Okay. So...
TDreads, you have to pull. There we go.
there
What's
we
up,
go.
Piper?
Oh, hola, hola, hola.
Hello.
All right, explain your Tape Girl comparison. I'm not following.
Oh, yeah,
Hyper
sorry. Sorry, no, that was because...
Shrink our icons.
Um,
Shrink our icons.
Wait, let me scroll back up in chat so I remember what I was saying. Copying the voice and generating new voice lines. Oh, yeah, because basically under the theory that the mimic is glitch trap in some form, what he does with Tape Girl's voice is mimics it by doing the whole hi, hello thing, and then generates new voice lines with it by making her convince the player to join the tapes again.
Ooh, okay, so you think that all that... Oh, yeah, you think all those, like, basically 90% of the tapes are not even the actual Tape Girl, right?
No, it's just I think it's just the last one, isn't it? That says like, I'm sorry,
Well-
the first one that says bring all the tapes together, because the last one
that's-
says
yeah.
that she's saying, oh no, like separate the tapes. But then
doesn't
she
it
goes
only
back on her
use-
word.
Doesn't it only use Gregory's actual voice lines in Ruin?
That's yeah, that's what I was saying. Because
That's weird.
in Ruin, yeah, for some reason he just uses the pre-recorded ones instead of generating new ones, which is weird.
Pretty weird, man.
Someone in chat says, were there 3 or 4 mushrooms in the beginning? There were 4. There were 2 different guitars they were playing, so there are 4 band members. All right, so we have this. This is the hidden screenshot right in the video.
There's got to be another one. No, there's got to be another. There's
So,
always 2.
We can go frame by frame in a second, but the other image we have of Mr. Helpful is this. So we do see some stage lights here, and then we see totally different
No, that's
stage lights
totally
here.
the same thing. That's totally the same thing, though.
Totally different things.
No, that's got to be Mr. Helpful. How is that not Mr. Helpful?
I mean,
No
it looks
shots.
like he is. Although this looks kind of like he's wearing a bib, or there's just something white on his
Oh
front or
hell
on
nah,
his side.
Mr. Chica, Mr. Chica.
Mr. Cheek is crazy.
He
Well,
is
it's not
reaching out.
Jackie.
He's reaching
So
out.
it's another thing coming out of a box. If it's not Mr. Helpful, it's another thing coming out of a box.
It looks like him.
It does,
Like, it looks like
especially
the
with the,
tape and
the,
Yeah,
the
the
arm
hat.
outstretched.
Gibby, it could also
hat.
be the reason there's more stage lights in this
Mm-hmm.
screenshot. This could be a later version of the game or an earlier one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it might not be. Yeah, they take random stuff out sometimes.
What's chat thing?
Someone said there might be multiple Mr. Helpfuls.
Also true.
Oh, that's true. He could be at every help station, every like station you put your thing in.
That's true.
Here, I just posted
Get your
all the
mind out of the
quotes
gutter.
that talk about how old Edwin was for GiBi, because I know he hasn't read the later books yet.
We analyzed those the other day for like an hour, going through trying to figure out like, yeah, when does this flashback take place? When does this happen?
Yeah, I was doing some math the other day, and I found out that if Tales from the Pizzaplex is 100% accurate to the books, then, to the games, then that means that the storyteller takes place in 2015 if David dies in 1979, which is the latest date possible, and the Pizzaplex was open in 2001.
Gothan is the greatest right around.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Which is
yeah, okay, so this must be the confusion then, because this hadn't been Edwin's 24-year-old ego talking, your company is going to change the world, and then it talks about Fiona being pregnant, and then in a later quote it says, for nearly all Edwin's 24 years of life he'd loved building things. When he'd been about David's age, he'd begun taking apart his mother's small appliances. So that sounds like there's two different points in his life when he's 24. One of them is 4 years after. So that sounds
the
like
top quote is from the storyteller, and then the other one that where is it? Yeah, Edwin remembered how excited he was. That one for nearly all Edwin's 24 years of life. That one is from the Mimic. So the bottom quote comes before, like, continuity wise, like when the books are releasing, than the top one.
All right, GiBi, let's analyze Hello Neighbor frame by frame.
Hello Neighbor. So what's it? This is 5358220. I don't know
Yep.
if there's anything that this is going to give us, but
Ask
you have the
ChatGPT.
other.
Ask AI Scott. Ask AI Scott Coffin. Let's see.
It's probably just going to be like the, what do you call it, the therapy CDs in Security Breach, where it was just a random batch of numbers. Besides the first 3, I think.
That would be so disappointing. Oh, you guys can't read that anymore.
This is FNAF, GiBi. Don't expect a lot.
This is still Wolf
Come on.
enough.
AI
This
Scott
is
Coffin's
still
telling
FNAF.
me.
Okay, what's AI Scott Cawthon telling you?
Although there are no similarities between them all, actually.
Alright, I'm gonna start doing frame by frame through the whole trailer.
All right. Well, AI Scott Coffin is clueless. I can't believe AI Scott couldn't think of something. Even
What do you
with
mean
his
couldn't
religious
think of something?
influences.
Ask it to
Even
think
his
of
religious
something.
influences. Well, the thing it did, the thing it did think of, I'm not gonna say.
What do you mean?
I'll type it in chat.
Okay.
I just posted all the faded logbook texts to compare to the what the mycelium men say.
Unwithered, based on your memory, does this pattern look kind of like the same static pattern from the other video? Like repeating every 4
It looks
frames
like
or whatever?
yeah, let me find the. Yeah, that looks like it. It looks the same to me, anyway.
Yeah, so chat, if you want to see this guitar, I know it's behind the text now, has guitar pair shape, I don't know, music words, but the one we're going to see later is thicker. It's like one's probably a bass. Then you get tambourines.
AI Scott thinks the game takes place in Illinois. Okay.
And so, yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
this
can
is the other
confirm it is
guitar.
the same static pattern. It is 100% the same static pattern.
Okay.
Of course, yeah, it's cry theory, dude. We knew this.
Cry theory.
Yeah,
is
let's look for
real.
more.
know this.
Let's look for more cry letters.
I'm crying right now.
FNAF Chicago, is that not a double bass? I don't know.
I know that Theory Trim was telling me that he went through and looked at the exact timestamp that the other ones showed up at, and he didn't see it in these.
No, cry theory, why? Oh, is there a thing there? No, it's just static. It's just static.
But when we found cry in the other video, it was off put by like a second, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that the seconds lined up. It's that if you go to certain frames, they have the same exact
John
lining up
FNAF to
static.
solve cry
but they're not
theory.
always identical.
No. Yeah, chat, tell us what John's saying. I
Tell
want to know
John
if
Yeah,
you
you
solved
should go
Cry
donate
theory.
another $10
Yeah,
to.
go donate $10 to John and say it says cry on the mushroom's head.
I think if someone did that, he would be mad.
All right, don't do that. Don't do that.
If they're like, go to 37 seconds and 5 frames and there's cry on his head, he'd do it. He'd be like, I don't see anything.
I made him do that, and I was right, but I was wrong also.
It is there.
It's real and always watching the cry.
It'd be crazy if these codes ended up being something in game when we get it. Like if you can go into like the archive space and like type in the codes or something, or like on one of the consoles.
Yeah.
Or if they're like on shelves or something.
Yeah.
Josie and the Pussycat.
Yeah, because I'm
already
wondering
seeing
if there's
stuff.
going to be, because we're not going to get another one of these before the game comes out, right? Like the game's
No.
out this time next week.
Yep.
So
we're gonna hit up Summer Games Fest and
Oh my
watch the
God.
Mimic become real.
But I wonder
Chat, I'll be
if maybe
streaming
there's going to be
Summer
one last of these that's actually in game that we can find.
Absol says there's an
Summer Mimic
archive in
Fest.
the storyteller. They mention archive.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there is.
All right, I think it's gonna be after this dude rotating.
Frame by frame. That's how we found Cry. Frame by frame, TDreads.
Frame by frame.
Looking at all the little hairs and the little nonsense. Seeing faces, seeing letters. Guys, I think the Mimic is in his
Kelsey.
eyeball.
It'll say my name is
Kelsey
David.
and the projection cats.
Wait, is,
Kelsey's
oh,
a project.
the mycelium men have the same eyes as the psychic print Fredbear plush too.
Oh no!
No.
You're so right. Oh no, you're so right.
Psychic friend Fredbear.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
white dots on black is the possession
Yeah,
sign.
that's so true.
Does he still
oh,
mimic
God.
you? The ultimate Scott Con. Oh, I've never retconned anything in my story except once.
The Mimic
or
was
twice.
planned all
Only
along.
one
Maybe 4
time.
times or a couple dozen times.
My gosh.
God, if we find out that Psychic Friend Fredbear was a mimic the whole time, I'm gonna crash out.
Oh my
so
god.
That's the
Oh
secret.
my god. I'm
That's the
quitting.
secret.
Well,
I'm
It's
quitting.
right behind David is a box. In the ad, there's a box behind
Stop.
him.
It's like treasure
could
chest
be-
shaped. It's treasure chest.
Stop it.
Maybe some mimics are best left forgotten.
No, it could be that
For
because
now,
we see with
T-Dreads,
the-
for now.
We see with the order forms that
my-
you can make special requests, right? So I wonder if after just like just
Afton made a
ordered
Fredbear
these,
call for
Stop.
his son.
special-
Stop.
yeah, the special
Stop.
request
Stop.
was that he
He
made it
requested
Fredbear
Fredbear
instead
plush.
because it was his favorite character.
Can you give me one of the mycelium men, but customize it as a Fredbear plush? Oh, cringe. Cringe.
It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real. I'm telling you now.
I'm about to crash out, honestly.
I
This
like
is-
the technology of those little mushrooms. Could you put one in one of my company mascot dolls?
I mean, the order form was for costumes specifically, or like animatronics specifically, but I mean, you know.
Make a small costume with
Pillow stuffing inside.
Where are they from? Numbers are either
There's not
random or in game.
shit.
Yeah. I can't believe no one
There's not
solved.
shit.
No one solved what these random
He's
numbers could
yellow.
mean.
He's yellow.
He
They
has
all
a
have yellow
yellow.
scarves.
Yeah, yellow
He got a
scarf.
mustache. It's a yellow mustache. It's a giant yellow mustache. That's droopy. That's droopy. A
No,
droop- a droop-
what the hell kind of mustaches you've been seeing?
All right, get off of this fucking mushroom.
No, frame by frame.
Frame
What else
by
are we
Not
here
frame.
yellow
for?
mushroom. It's
You
gotta
were
be
the
yellow.
one that said.
We did it last
Now I
time.
understand why MatPat took 5 years to analyze Hello Neighbor frame by frame. I think at MatPat GT will enjoy this.
You know we're going to be doing this for the movie, right?
Oh god.
Die.
Maybe not frame by frame, but definitely shot by shot.
We analyzed Hello Neighbor frame by frame. Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
I was gonna say.
And this is the other Ryan here. Back in the day. Back in the day. You look at the bottom right hand corner. You can see the mimic. Dong.
Don't say that. People
I'm
will try to
trying to
find
think
it.
these frames.
Oh, this is probably my favorite one. Look at him right in the eye. Staring right at us.
You can see Cry.
Oh.
If you slow
Give me
down.
the numbers or phone numbers. I
Wait.
disagree.
I just thought of something too, but it
Oh.
involves some of
Can we
this
not
stuff.
call
that was,
local businesses? Thank you. Thank you.
It involves some
Oh,
of the stuff that was
jeez.
leaked yesterday, so I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah. Zip it, buddy.
Chat, I'll give you my ex-wife's phone number. I think it's a code. Everyone go.
I'm starting to see faces in the static. We're so cooked.
Oh,
No, no. Just put the David on the road.
There we
bro.
go.
Still
Okay.
emoji. He looks like Diego, kind of, from Diego, but like not, but like sort of.
Oh my god. So yes, so this box in the background is like a treasure chest. It's not a it's not the FNAF 4 box.
Oh, and never mind. Diego was like
Yeah.
10 years old. This kid's like 4.
4?
False alarm.
He's gonna run
False
out on the
alarm.
road?
There is a bar.
Do you think we could pay the voice actors that we know is now voicing him?
to tell us everything.
No.
Give us a hint.
No, to speak into the microphone and just say, "My name is David, Dad. I want some ice cream, David." Could we get a
I bet you
cover?
that'll be in the files. I bet you that'll be in the files, just like the weird thing with Kellen Goff Freddy was in Security Reach.
Yeah, what if we tell them to say that, and then she's like, "How did you know what lines they gave me?"
Did it leave that early?
I'm waiting for like when a cinematic like ray trace cutscene where the doors blast open and there's a shadowy silhouette with a fedora in the hallway, and he says, "My name is Edwin." Dong.
I made the mimic.
I made the mimic. It was the.
Oh yeah, is this a Jackie's box? Ooh.
No, that's a chest.
No. It's
I
a
just-
Jackie's box.
Posted something cursed in there. It's just the mycelium men with the eyes, comparing it to the Fredbear plague.
Oh no.
Why didn't Edwin send David to pre-K? Was he like that poor or something? You have to pay for pre-K? How does this work? Why
Yeah,
didn't
you have
David
to
go
pay
to school?
for pre-K.
Okay, so how was he that
But he's
broke
rich in
if
this,
he had
in
this?
this version. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying if Tails Games is canon, how is he not? How is he
Well-
so broke that he couldn't afford to send him to fucking
Okay,
toddler care?
here's what I was cooking up yesterday. We know that Helpy in Ruin and Help 1 and 2 has been representative of the Mimic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then in Help 1 and 2, when we're doing the Helpy repairs, one of the things that Carnival Nurse, who is probably Dolly, says that the patient is suffering from, which the patient is Helpy, so therefore the Mimic, is parental neglect.
I don't know. I still believe Edwin care.
I would hope
It says in the
so.
story. It says in the story he loved his child. So
How dare you? How
it says
dare
it
you
in the
say that?
text.
He let
It
his
says it
child get
on
hit
the
by a
page.
car. Is he stupid or something?
Yes.
Edwin commits tax evasion.
The character can only be one thing at a time.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
Um,
do some real work in this game to make me believe that this was feasibly possible around the
In
events of the original
1979?
story. Yeah, or no, around the events of the
Yeah.
story.
Oh yeah.
Because from what we
I
know,
mean-
Edwin, it's this simple. It's like Edwin, he makes vacuums. He's poor.
Oh,
he
I see.
gets bought out by Fazbear, and he makes the mimic. That's literally like it. That's all the story gets. So they're gonna have to throw in like. And then he went back to his factory and put the mimic inside of a clown, and put the
Ooh.
clown in a box, and built a music man. It's like I don't know.
I think
I love this
that,
frame.
that- I was reading the Storyteller yesterday, and they do keep making reference when he sees like the Tiger Rock head. He's like has a panic attack, and he has like a flashback to just lots of blood, and he mentions that the head he remembers wasn't made of metal; it was made of something else. So presumably that feels like setup for for Secret of the Mimic.
So
But I
he
guess
actually
then
went
he
missing twice.
sells his
Holy
company. Yeah, goes missing, comes
went missing
back,
twice.
sells his company, goes missing again,
And then comes back again because he's
and then
there.
comes back again. Yeah,
Because he always
Yeah.
comes back.
I guess.
Oh my
maybe
god,
we'll
you're
find
so
out that,
right. William took that from Edwin too.
He's a leak, bro. He's a leak.
Okay,
Took his son's name too.
I'm seeing Cry again.
Damn, true. He
Oh
stole
my
his
god,
son's name and
no!
everything.
Wait, William is the mimic?
Another Edwin.
William is
There
the
is
mimic.
Dude, I was actually thinking if like William and Edwin. Like
I'm gonna
if
cry.
Edwin made the Springlock suits, we learned that. Then they both have a son named David. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
we just
about
need
it.
to find out that
Yeah.
his. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna work in Elizabeth and Michael though.
Yeah.
My name is Ball.
Steel games are actually set in a separate continuity, much like the Silver Eyes, where the only kid he had was David.
Oh right.
Why do they actually only put one image? Holy, the marketing drought of Steel Wool. Actually,
But they
had
did.
no,
They
never
don't
mind,
need
never
one
mind.
image in the other ones as well.
No, they had two.
The only
There was
one
the
that had a
cake.
second one.
This
Yeah, but
one
that was
has
the cake. That was the only one that had two.
this
Oh,
one.
well,
This
I
one has
guess
audio.
I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys.
It has the image and the audio, so it's 2 secrets.
It's okay, guys. Get ready for new Mimic trailer at Summer Games Fest. I bet everyone. What does Deducer FNAF say? The most credible sources.
I know Withered saying that. Withered Circle says he thinks there's going to be a trailer today at like IGN's summer thing or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't
Summer-
that like
Summer
a
Games Fest.
summer game thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'll be streaming at 5 p.m. Eastern Time while eating Burger King. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Burger King, you're switching it up this time.
I know.
Crazy.
Unwithered, I have 10% body fat. Isn't that nice? How does he do it?
I'm trying to think. Ashton Henry worked at MCM before starting Fazbear's. Yeah. I'm wondering about like the data diver as well, and like unlocking different levels of like ways through the company. Like, are we finding different data divers, or are we getting promoted on the data diver? The
It would
David
have to be the
diver?
data divers of people that already died.
Mm.
What if
Yeah, I
instead of
think
the
it's
data
uploading.
diver, it was the David diver?
That's what I do.
Oh,
Diver.
He dived in front of the van.
the person who said the joke versus the person who said it louder.
I'm gonna freak out in class right now. I said it. It's me.
It was me. It was me, Barry.
I jerked you off at super speed.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. That's real hater maneuvers.
I'm trying to think of, like, is there anything interesting about the 4 mushroom men? Because obviously we've got a band of 4
This-
main characters.
This circular little stage thing with the lights does look like... Where'd I put him?
Watch there be a golden mushroom.
Like this
Okay.
circular thing with lights? Like it looks kind of like the same sort of shaped stage. Birthday showroom. Big Tops showroom.
You know what I just thought of? Do any of these share the same animation style as Fredbear and Friends?
Fredbear is very
sure.
Hanna-Barbera, which I think Josie and the
Why
Pussycats
did
was.
yeah, it was.
Freddy and
Why
Friends
didn't-
on tour is like
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo on...
Hear me out, right? Why did Edwin work at... If he had this, why didn't he just put all the money into the stock market? Why he wouldn't have to work ever again? He shouldn't be working at 64.
If
He should be
Edwin,
retired by like 50.
if Edwin could
If he
build
had
the Mimic
this-
in the 70s, he didn't need anything.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Just
says-
put
it says in the
500 a month into the
storyteller-
S&P from the age of 24.
It says in the
Good.
storyteller part of the buyout of his company was that he couldn't be fired by the board of directors. So,
But
So just don't go to
but
work.
he's also not rich in that story, right? He's
Yep.
he's like a part of the. He's not technically on the board, but he's living in like a crap house, and they all have like diamond jewelry.
Yeah,
and
I've
he's
seen-
got nothing.
Yeah.
I'd seen people say that he had like an important role at Fazbear at that time, but he didn't. He explicitly says, "I don't have a lot of power here," when he's talking to Mr. Burroughs, and then he only gets importance because Mr. Burroughs fires the entire creative team and then makes him the sole member of it, so he's automatically the head of the creative team.
Yeah, it seems to be
Head
part
of
of his
Edwin
buyout was like
operations.
at least to have some sort of say or like be on the board, like not on the board, but be present for board meetings or something.
Yeah.
Because he is present for the meetings, he just doesn't have much influence. And he also makes reference to Mr. Burroughs, like loves making fun of him for the fact that his company failed, which
Yeah.
I assume is Murray-Co. But also could be MCM if we're presuming they're different companies.
Yeah, Murray's Costume Manor, Murray-Co. Although, wasn't it Murray-Co. in the 5 Laps at Freddy's billboard? So like, does
It
that
was, yeah, but that was also we haven't seen that vacuum. That was the vacuum
mean from the books, right?
You freaking out.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the issue is that with the with the
Chat
stay
knows
up
what
latte,
Chat knows what I'm referencing.
with the stay up latte, or I think it was from the vacuum. One of the signs says a Murray Co. production, but it has the MCM logo on it, and so somebody was saying that Murray Co. is just his company, and MCM is the building they're working out of.
Is it in Stay Up Latte? Yeah. Because I thought I remembered something like that as well, that somebody said Murray Co., but
Yeah,
I can't remember. So much to do in the morning. All I want to do. I'm gonna just keep looking at this.
it might be from the vacuum because I think it's as it's like fading away, and it like shows up in the background as like the like image is burning or whatever.
Oh, okay.
All right, chat.
Yeah,
Do
in
we?
Stay Up Latte, they refer to it as Murray's, but not specifically Murray Co. or Murray's Costume Manor.
Do we think that this is Mr. Helpful? Chat. I want you guys to guess. To say what you think.
I think
it
so.
is.
You can
Does it
see
fit?
the-
While you guys are thinking about that, Burger King, why is your chicken sandwich meal $17.99? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Oh my
What is
God.
this?
I suppose one thing to note, which I think we noted last week about Murray Co. and Murray's Costume Manor, is that Murray Co. Or at least it seems to be that the Murray thing is just the little bow tie, whereas the full MCM logo has the diamond in between the two black triangles.
Yep.
So the diamond is indicative of Costume Manor, but in the Stay Up Latte they don't have that.
Okay.
Whereas the other ones I
In
think
the-
have the
And
diamond shape.
the Stay Up Latte does use the oldest animation style.
Oh wait, yeah.
It's in the coat rack.
The coat rack also has that one, and then let me see the Cleanovac. Yeah, the Cleanovac has the bow tie thing as well. Why did I
I don't
think it
think
was
there's
the
gonna
other
be
way
anything
around?
here.
Yeah, that's what it seems like they're all from MCM, but the company producing them is Murray Co. So like Murray Co.
Yeah.
is the owner of MCM, and
Oh, well-
MCM is like the building they're working.
Don't they
out of.
all start with MCM film in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because they're being archived by MCM.
That's also
So
possible.
presumably the ads themselves can be from years earlier. Although, actually,
Well,
Batteries
look at the
not
Cleanovac.
included, like the Stitch Wraith. Oh my God.
yeah, see, hang on.
God.
Because this is the weird
the-
thing, because we're like, oh, they're archiving film footage, but the title cards are from the film, like they're from film reels, like that.
I mean, you would
Flight
just
Fear,
have
all
the,
that
if
stuff.
you are the business, you would just have all these anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to work at a
guess.
radio station, and they kept every promo they ever made. It's just you just keep them. If you
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So then it would be an MCM film. They would all be Costume Manor stuff.
Yeah.
I said, hello, welcome to Mimic Radio, your #1 source for Mimic entertainment.
Why didn't
Yeah,
they
see, this
send
coat
one
rack
of these
both
to
has the
John?
MCM logo, and it's from Murray Co.
Yeah. What's interesting about this is this does not appear to be film. This appears to be like stop motion. So if you go if you watch it, he like jitters. Like the frame rate is so low, or it's stop motion. They're just taking individual pictures
Yeah.
of him spinning, as opposed to filming him spinning on like a turntable or something. Which is like, why would you make it that way?
I think it's just like a cute consequence of the low budget that they must be operating on.
Isn't that how you rotate stuff if you don't have a turntable? Yeah, but why wouldn't they have a turntable?
Why do they just have a guy with a green hand spin him around by a string?
I can build the mimic and extending coat racks, but
Yeah, they could have
turntable,
Like John fucking done.
impossible.
He's got his limits, okay? Leave him alone.
We're producing a full cartoon, but God forbid we do that.
God forbid he does.
They can
reason
superimpose
to
him
agree.
in an animated scene, which is incredibly difficult to do. But then,
Oh my god, when did Roger Rabbit come out?
much later.
Yeah, not now.
This takes place in the 1990s. I knew it.
Oh my god.
Someone said that the first number in the tapes could be the production order, and I was thinking that, but the problem is they seem to be following a very like linear story with the family, that we go from like
That's
the
true.
two co-workers to them having a baby to them having a toddler to them now having this kid who looks about David's age when he dies, like about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So whether or not in universe they necessarily came out in this order might be up for debate, but at least from our point of view, we're watching a chronological story happening. So
It's patient.
I have a feeling those numbers are not going to be that important, but they could.
Yeah.
Like, why include them if they weren't?
I guess.
That's true.
Just
To make to upset us.
maybe, or just, like they're gonna the watch
gonna
hours
freak out
on-
about
on,
these numbers.
FNAF content is gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I guess they could also just be like they've seen archive footage before and they're like, yeah, there's always a number there. Just put some random numbers.
Steel wool coated.
Yeah.
Theory bait.
Yep. They did say in that John FNAF interview, they're like, "Yeah,
They
we put
did,
theory bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just make up
The
nonsense."
dude, there's so many spirals.
So this
That's
is
how
the
the mimic
difference.
brainwashes people.
Okay.
This is the
Sorry,
damn
I've missed this
difference.
before. So this makes sense. In the description of the video, it says recovered footage from the archive of the inventor Edwin Murray, digitally restored for archival purposes.
Yes.
So we're actually watching an archive of an archive. So
Holy
it's already
Walton
been
files.
archived by Murray, and that's why it says MCM Archives. So that's like the original film being put into the archive in the costume manner. And then somebody, whoever we're watching this from the perspective of, has taken it out of the archive and put it on VHS to be archived somewhere else.
I can't
So-
believe
On
Steel Wool
YouTube, yeah.
copied Petscop.
Loop.
Please don't.
I
count
wonder
the
if this could be digitally restored for archival purposes. I wonder if that's implying that maybe Fazbear does buy the MCM.
Wait a minute.
And
Well, I think that's
They're
just
the ones
that's the
archiving it.
in-universe explanation for what we were watching. It was digitally archived
Yes.
for YouTube, which is what we're watching.
If this mycelium man is for like this is supposed to be David and the mimic, one of the whole plot points of the story the mimic is that the mimic didn't have a way to like talk. Like that's why David
yeah.
came up with the sign
sign
language and
language
the
and shit.
strange symbols and stuff
Yeah,
like
of course.
that.
That's very true.
Absolutely.
So like all
This
of
is-
this
this was
would
a
have to
problem
come
even
from after
previously,
David
though.
dies.
Tails game
Yeah.
is done.
This was a problem earlier, even earlier than this trailer, though. I remember talking about this with somebody, how all this mimic shit was just speaking in all the trailers.
Yeah, the stay up last
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
is like, I know you better than you do.
Yeah.
Isn't the
But at least
this might be like a Matt Pat-ism, but isn't one of the
Guys.
one of the codes
Hello, members of the jury.
one of the codes that you can find in Security Breach? Aren't people like, oh, that's the mimic's language?
Yeah.
The Edwin Michael room.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
the
the mimic's
microwave
language-
people said.
It says it's shaped
Break
within
and mend,
shapes,
I built the
triangles within
mimic. They hunt now.
triangles.
Drawn to David.
Yeah.
yeah, Edwin also writes in the storyteller when he gets trapped in the baobab tree, right?
I just
So-
mean that like in game we've already seen the mimic's like written language.
Presumably.
Language.
It's not confirmed. but
in the
it's-
Michael
it can
room,
be
yeah.
Yeah.
pretty fairly, you know.
But considering that the code in Security
Oh my
Breach
god, Candy Bunny
translates
is
the
alive.
same,
What?
I feel, Candy Bunny's alive.
Candy Bunny's
We were
alive.
just talking about you
I thought you were
yesterday, Candy.
dead.
Yeah,
For
what?
like 40 years.
Triangles.
Not true. Not true.
Not true. Hop in the call, Candy. If you're even in the server, I don't know if you how long has it been?
I think I made this
yeah,
after.
she is. No, she's in it.
Oh, she's okay.
Oh, she is. She's thriving. Hooray!
David, I am the mimic dude. That's my song.
That was
Yeah, I posted
beautiful.
the image of the wall code. I'll see if I can find the quote about saying it's like symbols within symbols or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep
Yeah.
jumping between these. Do we think he's getting older?
Triangles.
Which one do we think
Yeah.
he's older in?
This one.
The,
This
Yeah.
one he looks like
I
this
mean,
one he looks like he's like a
assumably it's not-
grown.
He's not
grown-ass
crawling. He's
man.
not crawling in this one.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
sitting
and this
up.
one? Oh, the kid? Yeah.
Yeah,
he's on
colored
his
shirt,
knees in the other one.
mushroom. He's
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
up
He's crawling in the other one. He's
Yeah.
on his knees and shit.
Yeah.
in a polo shirt, crawling little baby in a polo shirt.
Interesting. There's no man or woman in this one either. They're gone now.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's weird.
Rip.
parental
is
Only
weird.
David remains.
That's because it's the same as in FNAF 4 when Edwin started not caring about his kid and just gave him a little plush to talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, considering the one in the Michael room, the I built the breath thing, that to me would say, that Edwin wrote that.
We can't
But-
trust that code. It's in security breach.
That's true, but I also the fact that they've got the Murray Co logo is made out of the same kind of shapes as this code, I would assume means that they've whether or not it was intended that way
Ooh.
originally, they've reworked it in later.
Well,
If
the
you
code
said that
might have also
earlier,
been
I
one
missed
of the
it.
things.
Because triangles within triangles is the Murray Co
Yes.
logo.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
And if you look at the one Fazant sent it in Discord, you can see they've got the triangles connecting to other black triangles, and it looks like the
triangling
Murray
it.
Co logo.
Huh.
What is in top secret text chat?
Yes.
Yeah, so it does look
I mean, none of them actually connect. They're all separate, but none of the triangles touch each other.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry. So this is what Fazant was saying. A Murray invention from Murray Co is at the end of the coat rack. So it is Murray Co in the coat rack one, and not Murray's costume manor. But presumably, like you were saying, it could be saying, the Disney store versus Disney. It's from Disney, but you buy it at the Disney store.
Yeah.
So just based on
What
this,
a great comparison.
it seems like the order that they came out in is the order of the timeline. So Stay Up Latte, it sort of appears that they're co-workers and not married. Coat Rack, they have a baby. Clinovac, he's crawling. And then Mushroom Man, he's older.
Yeah. Seems that way.
A Murray invention from Murray Co. I mean, I would assume if it's from Murray Co, it's a Murray invention.
Co short for costume? No, co short for company.
Murray costume.
Murray costume.
From Murray costume. TC, yep, as I said, something happened as a kid, killing off MCM, which he picks back up as an adult. How would he... How would he be picking up something from when... Who is a kid? I assume Edwin? That, his parents worked on this or something? Because I have heard that Edwin is the kid in this, and that his parents were something,
My
but I
God.
don't believe that.
No, because it's using anime. It's calling back to mid 70s cartoons.
Yeah.
So these are happening in the
God.
mid 70s.
Let me mute myself.
Bless you.
How dare you? You sneeze on my stream.
I built the breath. Cry not. Try not.
Cry
not?
Cry not? Excuse
theory?
me. Cry theory?
Cry not in the trailer. Oh, we didn't translate that part. Oh no.
Yeah, read the whole security breach poem thing.
I'll get it up.
Actually, wait, I can just do it. I can find it.
I got it here.
Breach poem thing. Make room.
Also, I think I remember when this was first translated, it is important to note that the punctuation isn't actually in the translation. It's purely just a string of words, and people have put their own punctuation on it.
Yep.
So certain placement of commas or full stops might not be correct. Do you want me to read it? I've got it here.
Yeah.
Break and mend, I built the breath. They hunt now, drawn to life. Not real, still keen. And frit and fraught with thought and zest, and jest no blunt woes. Dodge, duck, flash, shoot, crawl, run, crush the vile band. Cry not, try not, do not hold out. Hope, no. Your life, your aim will save those with soul. Break and mend, I built the breath. I mean...
Could this... I'm sure that people have asked this
Murray.
over the last years or two, but could this have been Edwin who left this message then?
That's
what I'm thinking at this stage.
My thought is
Yeah.
because in the storyteller, when he gets locked in the tree, he writes a bunch of messages that Mr. Burrow doesn't know what they are in this type of writing, and then he dies. And so my thought process is that it could be that this is where he died in Security Breach, in the games version. It wasn't in the storyteller, but he got locked into the mic room, and that's what he wrote.
That would be so... Why
What
is
the
it...
fuck is this room?
Yeah, why is it Mike's room if he's Edwin, unless William is the mimic?
He's mimicking... yeah. He's mimicking...
Stupidest
And he's
theory.
watching. It's on. It's also the thing is it's Freddy and Friends on the TV in the Afton house, which is the same as FNAF 4. And it's like, oh, I know it was Fredbear and Friends, but like it's the continuation.
Yeah, I was about to actually.
Yeah. Actually.
Actually.
I think the
Yeah,
bit
it's-
about the triangles and the triangles actually comes from the storyteller.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
from
I'm,
the
I'm
mimic.
sure it's after he's dead. I think it is. I didn't.
Mm.
So break and mend. I built the breath. So that would be
It really feels like
Edwin.
an Edwin, yeah. They hunt
Yeah,
now.
and then they hunt now, drawn to life.
didn't
So that
used
would be
to.
post like storyteller. That'd be
Yep.
they're messed up, not real but still keen. So that's like the mimic's not real, but it's still like set on doing something.
Yeah, it still has intention.
And
Yeah.
frit and fraught with thought and zest and jest, no blunt woes. Frit and fraught with thought sounds like the pain of existence,
Yes.
like being burdened with
Mhm.
consciousness, and zest and jest.
So like, and
That-
desires and personality.
Yeah, no blunt woes. That's an interesting one. Would you say blunt woes translates?
That yeah. Well, I mean, Roxy definitely has woes, and they're pretty blunt. TDreads is just still going.
Yeah.
Man's still sneezing.
No,
I
no,
bet
no,
he's
I'm
gonna
alive,
be
I'm
like,
alive, I'm
"No,
alive."
you couldn't hear me. What?"
No, I'm alive. You're
I
good.
solved the lore. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I guess.
I just
That says
gotta be right back.
no
Hold on.
blunt woes.
Yeah, no
Does that
blunt.
suggest no
woes.
blunt woes?
Hmm.
Hmm.
As opposed to acute
Written for all
woes.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Suggest.
Well, as opposed to like inner woes, like you keep your sadness to yourself.
Yeah, I suppose you could also interpret it like depending on where you put your punctuation. It could be and frit and fraught with thought and zest and jest. No, blunt woes. Like actually, it's not zest and jest. I'm correcting myself. It's blunt woes. That's what you're frit and fraught with is like overburdening with sadness. It's got no punctuation. It's no blunt woes.
Yeah, it's like the
because they have no blunts. That's what Candy Bunny said.
my God.
No blunt woes. Oh god.
Yeah,
Dodge, duck, flash, shoot, crawl, run, crush the wild band. That's Gregory, I assume.
yeah. I found the quote from when Edwin wrote all the symbols. It's every sheet of paper was covered with odd stick drawings and strange symbols that were not at all familiar to Mr. Burroughs. Squiggles, squares, squiggles, squares, loops, triangles within triangles, mathematical equations, nonsensical ones from what Miss Burroughs can tell, were tangled up with all the symbols. And on top of all of it, written on every sheet of construction paper were two words: "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. Not the
Give me
clown. No.
No, money down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what's
This is
weird to
what
me.
I was thinking.
That's what's weird to me is the code in on the wall is just triangles.
Yeah.
Like what Mr. Burroughs saw is like squiggles, squares, and loops and triangles.
And math
But
equations.
the one on the wall is just triangles.
Yeah.
I mean, again, yeah, it's
It's 'cause
to
Steel
me
Wool
it could be
is
yeah, it could be a
nonsense.
weird adaptation thing or someone misdescribing it to whoever wrote the book or whatever, but
Yeah.
it is a fair thing to call out that they are technically different descriptions. But I will say that the MCM logo does have triangles within triangles.
Yeah, those
The
triangles
MCM
really look
Yeah.
like the MCM logo.
Then we have Crush the Wild Band. Cry not, try not. Do not hold out. Hope no. Your life, your aim will save those with soul. This one's weird. Cry not, try not. Do not hold out hope. Do not hold out hope is weird.
Do not hold out hope? Yeah, wait.
Yeah, cry not, try not. Do not hold out hope. Or it could be not do not hold out, comma, hope.
Even try not. Like, cry not. Okay, so, like, don't, be sad
Yeah.
about the situation. But try not? Like, unless you're Yoda, that seems to be like, don't even bother attempting
Yeah.
it.
Maybe it's a double negative. Cry not, try not, do not. It's saying do try. Cry not, try not. Do not hold out hope. No. Yeah, because then it says no. I would again interpret this as him like correcting himself, which might be like earlier with no blunt woes. It would be do not hold out hope. Full stop. No. full stop. Your life, your aim will save those with soul. Where is it
It
supposed
could
to be
be-
split between?
I mean, going back to this, it could be try not question mark, do exclamation point. Cry not period. Try not question mark, do.
Not hold out. Hope no. Yeah. It's try not, do not hold out. Hope no.
And then your life, your aim will save those with soul seems pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
CC says, look up Synchrovox 1950s tech tip. If only I already had that tab over here. So yeah, we looked this up. It's from 1952, and it's exactly what the stay up latte thing uses.
Oh man, even the drawing of that guy there with the hair is like very one-to-one.
This is Edwin. He made the mimic.
Yeah, look at that guy.
That guy.
It's so like directly one-to-one. That's crazy.
Yeah, and obviously the Josie and the Pussycats thing was too.
Yeah. And they've all been pretty one-to-one with
Yes.
what they're adapting.
What's so weird to me about that whole line, this here, is that it would fit very well with it being about Mike in the sister location animatronics, because except for the part about like, you know, dodge, duck, flash, shoot, crawl, run, crush the vile band. That's the only part that doesn't that lines up with
That's
security breach.
yeah.
But the part about like cry not, try not, do not hold out hope. Your life, your aim will save those with soul. That's like Mike going down there and getting himself scooped to save Elizabeth, put her back together.
Cry not question mark, try not question mark, do not, you will, hold on. This is Candy, but she has typos. Try not, oh my god. Cry not, try not, do not, would out hope, no.
Do not hold out hope.
Do not hold out hope. Question. Do not hold out hope? Okay, oh my god. Cry not, try not, do not hold out hope, no. Your life, your aim will save those with soul. Okay, I get it. That makes sense to me.
Right, okay. Yeah, that could absolutely be it. So that would imply that somebody has told whoever this message is for to
give up previously.
The only weird thing is cry not, because cry not seems to be supportive. So putting a question mark after cry not is like, no, you should be crying. You should be crying because you're the crying child.
Yes,
Gregory.
Yes. Gregory.
Cry not? No, you should be crying.
Michael Mimickson. I don't know what that means.
I might be crazy, but I still think the people in the ads are the Aftons.
They very well could be.
It's not out of the question, but he has.
Yeah,
his tie here is like the Murray logo.
Yeah, the fact that they made it a purple bow tie in the first teaser to me is like, but also I can see that as them like theory baiting. You know, I can then be like, oh, you think this purple bow tie is something? Get people talking for the first week and then contradictory evidence. So we're gonna cry. Cry not?
Between these two images, I think we've solved FNAF. I'm just saying.
Gonna hold out hope.
Because I was thinking in the FNAF interview that he did with Steelwool, they explicitly said that like they had a couple times where like somebody would use a thing and they're like, no, that's gonna make people think something. We have to like fix the color. So they're very like detail oriented about what colors represent which characters and what that means. Like, you know, like the Golden Princess, whatever. And so like the fact that they chose to make it a purple bow tie is very like, you know, it would be hard for that to be a mistake. And it's also not like, you know, like, you know, they designed it that way. It's not like they grabbed a random person who like they chose to make it purple.
Definitely not a mistake. I'm 100% certain that it was on purpose. They chose to give him a purple bow tie. But what I'm saying is I could also see them doing that to drum up like conversation around it and be like, oh, is it William? Is it yeah, because then it's like, oh, we've got is this Mrs. Afton? You know, like the whole thing there, and then you know, as it goes on, we go, oh, is it about, you know, like exactly what we're doing now? Is it David? Is it Michael? Like, is it the other David? Like, which, you know, who is it?
Another
yeah.
David.
So we could, I suppose, yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other indicators in these of who it might be.
Well, the other thing was that after, because my thought process is that the dude in the very first one, when he drinks the coffee, which is, you know, Edwin's product, you know, he's like, you know, I'm ready for my big presentation, promotion, here I come. And then we have advertisements for Freddy saying coming soon in Secret of the Mimic marketing. And so my thought was that this is William like trying Murray's inventions and being like, oh, you know, I can use this. This is like going to be helpful for me. I'm going to use Edwin's tech for my stuff.
So
Yeah,
that means
there was
that
a-
means this is Charlie. Now I understand everything.
No. Charlie's a boy in the game timeline. Told you.
Save him! Save
Um,
him!
Yeah. My daughter, I forget who you are. Yeah, my initial theory when I thought it might be William was that the big presentation was him going to like pitch Springlocks or something like that, you know, and that it was going to be because the Mimic is sort of a reverse Springlock. You know, they say it's an endo that can fit into any costume.
That's true.
And if you can think about William being the antithesis, it's making a endo which can be worn as a costume. So they would be sort of rival technologies. So I'm imagining that whatever happens with the Mimic is going to be the reason that we end up getting Springlocks because they don't have the technology that they were promised with the Mimic.
Like Afton goes to Edwin first, and then his son dies, and he's like, I can't use it. He seeks out Henry and makes the Springlocks.
Yeah, if Fazbear had access to the Mimic, then why would they have made Springlocks? They could have just had the Mimic walk around.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we could find out that the Springlocks were invented as like a quick and easy solution to not having the Mimic. Like they were supposed to have the Mimic to base everything off, and like a closing cutscene will have Afton be like, I have an invention that would be perfect for your needs, you know? And then he pitches Springlocks.
Okay,
and,
hold
you
on. Hold the phone, guy. This boy.
Hold the phone.
Look at his shirt. Look at his shirt. Hold on.
Yeah.
Looking at his shirt.
Look at his shirt.
Purple shirt.
And
Oh,
then,
no. Where are we going?
we're going.
That's four back. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh my
I don't know how
god.
to zoom in.
I know what the joke is.
I hate this browser. Anyway, there's a pink shirt
hate
in Mike's
Reddit. I
closet.
hate Reddit.
There it is. Look at it.
Yeah.
Pink shirt.
Oh.
You wonder why all of
my
Mike's toys are purple?
God.
It's because this is Mike Afton.
Those are all Mimic toys. Was your favorite
Yeah.
childhood toy a tiny mycelium man?
Now you've got me curious, actually. Hold up.
The boy shirt in the other ad is just like, it doesn't have a color, right?
No, but nothing really has a color.
Yeah.
What color is the
Where
woman
is-
wearing? Like orange, red?
She's wearing orange. And there he's wearing a diaper. He's got shoes on. I'm crash scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Yeah, they both seem to wear like off like pink colors. Off purplish pink.
Yes.
Because in the Stay Up Latte she seems to be wearing like a pinky red shirt.
Pink guy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Mrs. Edwin is the pink guy. She did Foxy Go Go Go. It's true.
What is MCM?
So
MCM is
Avoid the Mimic.
Murray's Costume Manor. Murray's Costume Manor is the place we're gonna play in the game.
Yeah.
as opposed to
Why does
name
nobody
and
mention the
location.
possibility that a Five Nights at Freddy's game might actually take place over 5 nights?
Yeah, this is MCM.
It could, but I would imagine it would mean that we'd get trapped in the facility at some point.
Just like
But
Team
also
B that
security
goes in
breach took
there.
place.
Team A and Team
Yeah.
B and
Yeah.
the Mimic.
Do you think that they realized that people were upset that security breach doesn't take place over multiple days?
Took place over just one night.
Yep.
One night at Freddy's. MCM Film Archives eMurray 535. Yeah, I'm very curious about these codes. I am no cryptographer, so I find it. I try my Caesar cipher and then I go,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
that's
ChatGPT pretending
my-
to be Scott couldn't even get it. So
Yeah, so we're cooked. I'd say if there is some sort of code, we're missing one of the parts. I'd say in the game there might be the next archive.
the guy in the archives has
all
been
together.
confirmed to share a voice actor with Edwin. Prove it. Prove it.
Is that true?
Yeah, I tried
Who's
looking
the-
to see what the voice actors were, but I didn't see, because I was curious about that too.
Oh my god. I forgot.
Never
No.
told you're funny.
What?
He put it in the top secret.
Oh
section.
no.
Oh my god. I knew it.
For chat, it's
I'm
the
gonna try to pull it up.
logbook. Oh yeah. Listen, we've always wondered what that thing was supposed to be. We were like, the puppet, maybe? Question mark. Yeah, we're
Here I
cooked.
put
David-
all the quotes from the Mycelium Men in the trailer, and then all the quotes from the Fredbear plush, and then all the quotes from the logbook faded text. To, like,
What you
compare
guys
them.
didn't realize was that the logbook did tell us David's name, but it wasn't the crying child's name.
Edwin's son.
So
Yeah, and actually one of the leaked achievements, I'm like, party was for you. Still makes sense. I'm not saying what the leak was, but
Yeah, that was my
Those
first
of you
thought
who
too.
know.
As soon as we started talking about this, I was like, oh no, because I was
yeah, no, I think Hyper solved it with this little guy.
do any of
that's
these voice
Jackie.
familiar to you?
Oh.
Why is it gonna have the puppets music as well? We still haven't solved that.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
I have an idea for that, but it's like speculation. I think
Everything
that
is speculation.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be that after David gets hit by a car, we're gonna get a scene that's identical to the security puppet minigame where it crawls outside and lays down next to his body, and that's
That'd be
why
God.
that's why it played the my grandfather's clock for the very first thing we ever saw, because it's gonna have that parallel between Charlie and the Mimic. And
So is the puppet just
Or-
mimicking the mimic? Like,
no, I think it's just the same events, but it's different.
It's
Carols.
God David.
God.
We were right
I'm
about
probably
God
gonna
victim,
take off.
but it was
I'm
the
probably
wrong
gonna take off.
David.
Yeah, we're gonna end
Right.
soon.
God
So,
David handed him.
so chat,
You guys already.
chat, we're gonna end soon, but at 3 p.m., so 45 minutes from now, I'm gonna be going live with ID's Fantasy, and we're gonna be talking about Tails game. So, just hang tight. Once this stream is over, we're gonna be right back, just with a new topic.
Nice.
God victim.
Wait.
David
So I
didn't-
missed the beginning of the stream. Was the mycelium dude?
Yeah, let's just play it again.
So is the idea that the mycelium dude is supposed to be a parallel to Cassidy
What?
as the Freddy plush?
Who's saying this?
I think.
So,
I think
whoa! Sorry,
someone in chat,
what?
I think. No, they're saying what we were saying about the Fredbear plush, about Psychic Frame Fredbear. They
Oh.
obviously believe that Cassidy is the Fredbear plush because they say Cassidy or
Okay.
Charlie.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
the mirror to the Fredbear
Very
plush
well
is
could be,
the eyes and that it talks to you.
and it's his only
Having
friend.
your very own band or a friend.
Wow.
Collect them all.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's no indication that Psychic Friend Fredbear is mimicking or like, copying dialogue unless wait. What if William said those things to Dave in front of the plush, and it's just repeating them later. So it's not possessed by anyone. It's not William talking through a microphone or whatever. It's just repeating things that William has said to Dave, which is how it can talk when William's physically in the other room. Like when we see him putting a costume on, but it still talks to you. It's because it's just repeating other things it's previously heard.
It's also reactive. It's reactive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's reactive
No,
to
it's
the
fine.
environment.
You know,
William just like queued it up with a load of stuff. He
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
I better.
queued up.
He's always
Don't you
at Freddy's
remember-
getting stuff from your tables.
I'm
and stuff.
sure
He
he'll
left
go
it
left.
here.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll go right. I'm sure he will.
don't you remember what you saw? The exit is the other way. That's just like William calling him stupid one day after work. He's like, "Come on, Dave, we're going home." He just walks the wrong direction.
I have a
Parrot plush, yeah.
I mean the thing is though, like someone pointed out earlier, the plushy mycelium man speaks without repeating what the kid said. The kid says, "Wow," and then it goes, "Wow," and then it goes, "You're my only friend," just immediately.
But again, it's implying that the kid did say that at some point.
No, but they play the sound, that little like cranking sound,
Yes.
every time it's repeating, and then it's also just saying other stuff in the background.
Yep.
So I have a feeling that it's implying that this. I mean, it's trying to be creepy, obviously, but the implication I think is that the mimic AI is making it speak.
So that
Yeah.
cranking sound, that's a tape rewinding. Hold on. So it hears wow.
Yeah.
So that's then the tape rewinding to play it back. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh.
It does with
But then it
Gregory,
doesn't
right?
need to do that.
States exactly
Yeah.
what Gregory had said before. Like, he uses the same
People do
voice
talk
lines.
about like the Edwin's taking the technology from these toys and putting them in the mimic or whatever. But there's no way the mimic is using a physical tape in order to speak. Although the mimic also doesn't speak in the story.
Yeah.
Very odd.
That's what I was saying. So the fact that this stuff is like using the same type of tech where it's like it's talking and stuff like that, if this is meant to be a representation of the mimic, this would have to happen after David died. Like these products.
Yeah, so I'd imagine that also it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical tape that's like in the same way that maybe a real life version of this would work. I think that sound, that like little crank, could be just the computer or whatever, because they're all working off of some sort of AI, so they've got computer parts in them.
Yeah.
So that could just be the computer, ticking away.
The hard drive.
Indicator of progress.
Yeah.
The hard drive. Just so weird as well to think this is 1979.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
Or earlier.
Maestro Music Man in himself is questionable to be around in 1979.
All the like,
That's
sister location
2018
can't take
monster.
place in the 90s. The technology
Yeah.
is too advanced. Out the window.
It's so unrealistic.
Out the window.
And now it's just we have this earlier than that. So
From some descriptions of what people have told me was in the demo, like outside the factory and what you can see out the window, I'm like, oh, okay, so this game takes place in like Narnia. Like there's nothing about the real world that could ever line up with this. Yeah, it's so funny to imagine that before somebody built the Springlock suits that go off if you breathe too hard on them, Edwin was building an 80 feet tall mechanical spider that could play music.
What we were talking about earlier with like the Springlocks being like the antithesis to the mimic, it almost made me start wondering if Springlocks made to be dangerous, so that if it was like a prevention of like the mimic, so like it could Springlock the mimic if needed.
Oh, interesting. Well, actually, if you think about it as well, it is like a very much a compliment to the mimic, because it's a person mimicking an animatronic rather than the other way around by dressing up as one.
Yeah.
I like the conclusion is that FNAF is in the future, but the dates are different than ours because Jesus arrived 100 to 200 years later than in our world. And Bunny is cooking.
That's crazy.
That's great.
You mean Fredizas?
Fredizas. That's Solid Silver. That's the guy who does the William voice in my reboot.
Oh my gosh.
So they're 1980 AD is our 2080 AD. Exactly. 439 is an area code for Canada. Is that for the stay up latte?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's for the.
ChatGPT earlier said that one of these is not an area code.
Well, those wouldn't be area codes anyways, right? Because area code would come
that's so
before
true.
the 7 digits.
I think because Jesus was just born later, it might be the new Kelsey as a projection.
That's crazy.
Oh dear. Makes perfect sense.
Hey guys,
Jesus
check
bot.
out Solid Silver's channel. He does some really cool animations.
Jesus line.
Jesus.
Jesus line. Bible line. Yeah, is the Bible canon? Is the Bible canon?
They
Come on.
quote
Wow,
it. They
it's
quote the
the
Bible in
Bible
frights. So
canon.
yes.
Yeah, he's
The
the
delayed
priest.
Jesus.
No.
The priest who helps Afton.
Classic FNAF discussion. Is the Bible canon? Jeez.
The Bible invented the word canon, so I think it's actually
Oh, no.
necessary.
Jesus victim.
Listen,
Jesus.
okay, listen. I don't know if she would necessarily want me to say this, but me and Candy did come up with a joke theory that the crying child's death in FNAF 4 is supposed to mirror Jesus' crucifixion. So,
Whoa.
Jesus
Whoa.
victim,
Whoa.
possible.
Jesus is the vengeful spirit.
God
Oh,
Jesus?
no. If you think about it, God Jesus is so...
God Jesus.
But if you think about it, Jesus is the one you shouldn't have killed. So,
Yes.
you know, I mean, it wasn't William. We're playing as Pontius Pilate. Or something.
Candy says, wait, that was a joke. I thought we were being serious. Yeah, well, you just said that you didn't remember it. Oh my god.
Yeah, God Jesus is just Catholicism. You're right. Yeah, that's the Holy Spirit.
Jesus is very much not the vengeful spirit.
Wait. What would you call it? Like God trio?
God,
The Holy
Trinity,
Spirit?
yeah.
God. Oh my God, trio.
Oh no. Okay. Well, yeah.
Well-
Is this what Jesus would want? Probably not.
And with that, the forgiving spirit. And with that, I think we need
Forgiving
to end the
spirit.
stream.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah, so this is the last teaser. You three, what are you guys doing for Secret of the Mimic? Are you going to be live streaming? Going to be Let's Playing? What are you doing, if anything?
That's a tough one. I'll probably.
It's I don't know a good option.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm planning on trying to live stream it. I'm gonna hopefully do like a test stream next week before it comes out. I would like to live stream it though.
Yep, so I'm
So that'll be the plan.
sure...
And if you guys who want to hop on that stream and watch me play it, you're welcome.
So I'm sure that John and Rye are going to be streaming. I know that TDreads and Withered are trying to set something up for streaming. I'm going to just do a Let's Play. So I'll probably upload like a 2-hour-long video each day until I beat it.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very action-packed week. And then once again, guys, I'm going to come back in about half an hour with ID's Fantasy. We're going to follow up the video I did last week, the live stream I did last week with Withered Turkle, and now we're going to be doing the anti-Tails game perspective. So stick around for like half an hour for that. And yeah,
excited.
if TDreads and Withered Turkle are going to be streaming the IGN Summer of Play thing to see if there's going to be another trailer there, so you can also watch them. That's going to be like 5 p.m. EST.
Nice.
All right, everyone good? Bye, everyone. Bye,
Bye.
Jacob. Bye, Solid. Bye, Bung. Bye, Bird.